Hi, welcome back to Ivyblossum Tarot. Authentically me, authentically you. You forever bloom. And this is just some downloads I received while watching a video from Candace Starr. She did a video about Drake and XXX Tentacion, and it was a reading just to find out what the heck actually went on. In her reading, she talked about how Drake dealt in some very, very, very dark arts. And as she proceeded to go into that, she talked about how he stored X's soul, or I should say energy. And like as soon as she started talking about that, actually throughout the reading, I just started receiving downloads. So these are the downloads I received. So she talked about mirror magic being used to trap X's soul. And so what I wrote was, yeah, they use mirror magic to trap souls / to use energy to conjure up energy. Then I started thinking about, okay, like Drake, Miami, X, southern Miami area, right? So I started thinking about what's there. Beaches. There's a ton of beaches. So I'm thinking, okay, so they must do ceremonies at these beaches. And of course, when they're doing the ceremony, they're pulling on energy. And the fact that they have to do it at night, because they're not going to do it in broad daylight unless, they close down the beach or something like that, They do these ceremonies on the beach using siren energy, which is more potent at night time. If you're Haitian, or if you heard of a Haitian talking about mermaids or sirens, then you know at nighttime you don't go near the water, because that's when they're active. That's when they let us have the daytime, but at nighttime you don't go out in the water or near the water for that reason. And that brings me to I just started thinking about the Orishas, Malayamaya, and Olokun, and they're upset. First of all, it's their water, okay? Second of all, they're pulling and using this energy, and it's throwing things out of balance. It's throwing things out of balance. And then they're using this energy for wicked. I'm talking about like wicked things that will mess up the balance within the universal laws. Comedic laws. Like, just like this blanket here, everything is the balance, dark and light. You tilt way too much to one side, things are gonna get chaotic because it's unbalanced. The one thing that the universe actually has to keep in order is balance, or everything's thrown off. It will recorrect itself always. So the next thing was, they're so upset, they will cause a flood. I don't know if they're just gonna flood the beaches that this is happening at, or if it's going to be a wider scale. They're getting upset. I'm sorry. They're past getting upset. They've been upset. If you follow, I don't know if they consider it a conspiracy theory or not, but if you follow what's been happening in the water lately. Alright? And then I started thinking about oh, excuse me. Need I mind you, while I'm getting all these downloads, I'm just hearing the song Energy by Drake. And the specific part was trying to steal me and my energy, trying to take away from a ninja. That part, I kept hearing it. It's literally in his freaking music. This man literally just, I woke up in the morning, took a shit. Like, that could literally be a song from him at this point. He don't. And if it did, it would probably be great for SNL. You know, you can use every ounce of your own energy to create something. But he's not anyway. So the next thing I thought about was how X has a song called oh my gosh. Throat chakra, major attack just then. How X had an encounter with the devil in Miami. Alright? In this part, I'm thinking, okay, definitely in Miami, right? The beach, right? Yeah, those ceremonies, right? Yeah. But then also I thought of Drake. And I thought of, did they have a meeting? You know what I'm saying? Did they have a ceremony together? And I automatically thought of a contract. I didn't write this down. I did not write this down. But I thought of, like, okay, what if? Because, you know, X was in a state of, you know, talking to different labels. What if he was interested in joining Drake's label? Like, what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a possibility, but we won't know, you know, but it's a possibility. I'm thinking it is, because there was a moment where X noticed that Drake, because they were talking it up. Obviously, they were talking it up. This was on an interview that X had. I think I can't remember the station or anything, but it was when he had, if I'm not mistaken, he still had his hair in the blonde and black coloring. He was speaking of how, you know, they were talking about and they were like, I guess they were waiting for something to pass or for something to get clearance or something of the sort. Someone told X, hey, listen to this. He using your shit. And it was a song, I can't remember the song. That part of Dog. I can't remember the song. No. Can't get my dick in my pants. Like, that cadence was used by Drake on one of Drake's songs. And it was a feature that he did. It was a feature that he did. That he used that in. And X immediately saw it and was like, whoa, really? Like, that's what we doing now? I feel like they had like a little ceremony, right? Because maybe X was going to partner with Drake. All right, I don't think I can confirm that, but it's leaning towards, yeah, he got locked in with Drake. But of course, it took some time, I guess, in the span of time from when he had that the two-tone color hair to when he went into the gray, right? And then transitioned to the blue. From those transitions, he grew as a person. Throughout those transitions, he grew as a person. And he probably wasn't on the same, he probably wasn't on that same energy no more. Excuse me, he was upset at the fact that his creativity was being stolen. But I think because of the fact he got locked in, you know what I'm saying, he couldn't really do nothing about it except for express all the things he said. Because he said what he said, period. And if that's the case, because that would be how it's done, right? Through a ceremony. So he might not even have to be locked in. He just participated in the ceremony. You know what I'm saying? But that's also a grounds for the setup to happen, okay? Not all of that was written down. So I'm channeling off the channels. Okay. Channeling off the downloads I received. That's awesome. So to go into the ceremony, I wrote they use all 4 elements: land / earth, water, fire, and air. So if you think about it, on the beach, you got the sand, that's land, earth. You have the big body of water, and then you have high winds with the way the beach is set up, with the water rushing in. For some reason, with the water rushing in, there's high winds on the beach. Like I said, the large body of water, tons of earth with the sand, and then what most people do on the beach, they can do just a big ass bonfire, and there you go, right? And then I thought about Topanga. For some reason, Topanga came up into my head. It ain't over. Okay. I'm not so much to do with trippy, but also like that was a way of X reminding me to go and listen to trippy music. Not that I haven't been listening to trippy music. It's just like A Love Letter to You 3 was like my favorite, and since me having a child, I haven't like been listening to a lot of, not certain artists, but I just been listening to more to R&B just around my child, mom life. Okay, but Topanga came up. So also, if you know, or if you don't know, because I have this whole theory around Topanga, because my ex-best friend really liked the song, and I was like, bro, like, like, I Googled it. One day I just Googled it. I'm like, what is Topanga? Because we were trying to figure out. Well, in the music video that what Trippy did, there it is. All right, they in Calabasas. Yeah, I think if I remember it correct from my Google search, because I did not re Google search it. From what I remember, it's a county in Calabasas, something of the sort. Anyway, also a police station. I think it's a police station in Calabasas where there's tons of missing people, teens, um, but they don't really do anything about it. That's why, because they're used in these ceremonies. I don't know what secrets I'm spilling, and I'm sorry, but this is only channel. I ain't never been nowhere near. I don't want no parts either. But the truth is the truth is the truth. And if you're mad, get mad at God. And if you get mad at God, then it gives him even more of a reason to do what he finna do, because he gonna do it anyway. He said he gonna do it and it's gonna be done. Don't get mad. I mean, you could repent, possibly. You better work that out with him. I don't know. I just felt like an energy getting upset. You can be upset all you want. You did what you did. You can either change it while you're still here, or you're going to go. You're going to be vacating the premises. Look at the last reading I did for the collective. Y'all did a lot of fuck shit. Don't come over here sending energy at me, because it's gonna come right back to you. And then what? It don't make no damn sense. Anyway, you could tell, you know when you can feel somebody give you like a stank eye or a stank look. Yeah, no, baby. Roll your eyes. They're gonna be rolling into oblivion while you in oblivion, while your soul in oblivion. The fuck? I don't know what they thought this was. Anyway, so I wrote down next. They use the water's energy, the water energies. So literally, they use the water energies to when they're using the water's energies. I think I channeled this part, but they're using the water energies, and then I wrote, oh my god, they're using the water energies too much. I didn't write this out clear because I started channeling. I wrote tides overturning. The water won't reside. Like the moon's pull on the ocean. Like they're pulling energy so much from the tides, right? The push and pull. They're using the push and pull that the moon has on our waters. That's the energy they're messing up. That's what the energy that they're messing with. It's something about that. Like they're literally pulling on the moon's energy. The moon's energy is used to keep the tides in order. Tides are overturning. The water won't reside. That if the water doesn't reside, then that's a flood, baby. Like the moon's pull on the ocean. The moon says you got it. You want to pool so damn bad, you big and bad, yeah, you got it. The moon is no longer gonna pull back the ocean because of them. Because of them. Okay, and then I was like, what else? What else can I even possibly gain from this? It's the downloads. Okay, so next I have all sacrifice celebrities' energies are being summoned like fucking Pokemon, stored in objects with reflections, even flat out water. And I didn't write this down, but I kept thinking about Harry Potter for some reason. Um, the the ghost in the bathroom. I kept thinking about that ghost girl in the bathroom of Harry Potter when I was writing this section. But yeah, they're storing their energy like fucking Pokemon, bro. Like fucking Pokemon. Like what? Then I literally flat out wrote embodying energies that aren't theirs, trying to take away from a ninja. Got a lot of enemies, got a lot of people trying to steal me on my energy. So even right now I'm getting okay, so Drake was in a situation where it was either gonna be you or me. Because in order to climb in the food chain in that particular field, it's either eat or be eaten. It's either you gotta be fed to the beast or me. And I'd rather it be you. And I think he's done this so much, not just with other celebrities. I think that's where he played it safe. This one, he was bold enough to even talk about it on a track multiple times, thinking that people wouldn't catch on. But his creativity is so dry that he couldn't do it in a way that would make us really think hard about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, that's a flat out diss. Like, what? That man is no longer here. What? Why? And I keep saying that every time. I'm like, why? I still can't fathom as to why. Unless it's literally these dark water energies. The water, the depths of the water, they house really dark energies. They really can. That's why there's a balance that has to be remain. But they don't fucked it up. That's why Olokun and Mother Yamaya are upset. You got the waters running rampant. You got ancient creatures resurfacing. That's how bad it is. That's how upsetting it is. Everything fucked up. Alright? Please excuse my language, but I'm just gonna be very blunt with this video here. So it's to the point where even the moon's like, okay, well, like if you think about it, the moon's pull on the ocean affects everything in the ocean too. And they fucked that up. The moon's just like, alright, bye. You giving me some vacation time since you want to sit here and play. the pull of the moon on the oceans it's getting less and less. And I think they need technically, okay, if you were living in the ocean, think about it, if you were living in the ocean, you would need that tide's pull in order to I'm thinking like mixing, like, you know, you're mixing Kool-Aid or you're like swishing water in a bag, right? In order for everything to gel properly, everything has to be, you know, swishing. It's like a swish. And that's how the waves feel, like a swish. A swish. A swish. Don't think I'm over here crazy, but that's how I have to picture it in order to feel it. And so that's how I'm getting the energy. It's stale. They're making the water stale. It's not. I don't know. But that's also why the waters are like drying up in certain lakes too, if you think about it, because the waters aren't the ocean's waters aren't pushing and pulling. And think about it, with that push and that pull that naturally is supposed to happen, every single part of the water is moving. We don't realize that because we only see the top. Damn, I'm channeling. Every single part of the water is moving. We don't see that because we only see the top. But there's a push and a pull, and it's like oh my gosh, like the tide pools that come and go. So with the waters being off balance on the beaches, the waters inland are going to start being off balance because there's so many. Oh God. Okay, I'm not going to share all of that, but there's so many different layers to it, and then we're just going to leave it at that. The last thing that I wrote down is Soul Eater. Not just the anime, but if you haven't watched the anime, or if you have watched the anime, rewatch it again. I'm going to rewatch it again myself because this plays a part in X-like anime also. And then I also started thinking about Kingdom Hearts for some reason too. It was in a funny way to me, but at the same time it's not funny at all. But all I can think about, because with all these celebrities whose energies are being summoned like fucking Pokemon, I literally was just like, so, like, because I'm rationalizing this as I'm getting it, you know, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, so it's like Sora in this bitch, so I'm like, damn, so X is like Sora in this bitch, trying to find the door to the light for everybody, right? For everybody. And you know how Donald and Goofy are there with him, right? But then you have the summonings. There's literally called summonings, where Simba gets summoned, the genie gets summoned. Who else? I haven't played the newest one, not that much. Who else was a summoning? Oh, Pooh Bear was a summon too. If you play Kingdom Hearts, then you know. But I know X played Kingdom Hearts, so I'm that's literally where I'm thinking, like, damn, like. But I feel like that's what they're doing. They're summoning them like that. Like, oh, I can't think of what to use in this next verse. Oh, let's summon Aaliyah. Drake. I'm laughing because it's like, it's ridiculous. I'm gonna say this last thing, and then I'm gonna leave it here. The reason these people don't have the creativity anymore, they run out of it. They don't have any more creativity to keep having hits after hits after hits after hits, is because they sold out. God's not going to give you an endless supply of a natural force that's meant for people that are his children. If you turn around, spit in his face, suck some dick, and think you run everything, what's not clicking at this point? It's not gonna happen like that. That's not how this works. You're not gonna manipulate energies of celestial bodies either and think that it's just not gonna be noticed. You're not gonna manipulate the soul of other celestial beings, because these aren't just other celebrities. The celebrities that are being summoned like this are ones that are interconnected. They were interconnected. Hence why they didn't sell out. They were more than likely tortured souls. Tortured by this world. And you decided to take the very thing that their suffering blessed them with. Remember, we are forever blooming. Peace.